Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Joe Wright. I'm here with the Shappy Edits Original Rebels Racing League Clash at the Bullring. I'm joined tonight by the one and only Eddie Smith. Eddie, how are you?
Well, Joe, if you're Mr. Right, then I'm Mr. Wrong, but I won't mess up your broadcast too bad. I'm doing great tonight, man. I'm ready to see these guys take these trucks around this bull ring.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for it as well. We're gonna have three heat races of 25 laps. Those 25 laps, the top four drivers from each heat will advance to the main. And then we'll have two consolation races of 15 laps, where four of those drivers from each consolation race will also move to the main, giving us a main field of 20 cars, 100 laps for $100. So it's going to be a wild one tonight. And you were saying earlier, Eddie, that it's a little bit treacherous out here at the Bullring. I personally have never even raced here.
Well, I mean, short tracks in general, just always, especially these type asphalt short tracks, the bottom is just so um, it's so dominant. You have to, these trucks have to be hooked up on the bottom. It's really hard to pass on the outside, and so you have to really get into it deep and try to get a good run off the corner, and that's so tough on a flat track like this one. So the laps are short, so you have to be really consistent, be able to hit laps after lap, and because one mistake, two mistakes, it could hurt you pretty bad. So it's tough. It's slick. We've already seen plenty of trucks out here losing the rear end off the corners, getting loose into the corner, and loose in the middle, hitting the apron. A lot of guys are going to attempt to get those left sides down the apron to help the truck turn a little bit. And so we're gonna see a lot of guys go around, I think, tonight. But I would imagine some really fantastic racing.
Well, with the heat racing and stuff like that, I think it'll kind of keep the number of caution laps down a bit. And, 20 cars still coming around here is a pretty big field for the Bullring. So it'll be interesting to see how well they do with that. But, man, $100 in the line, that's going to up that intensity just a little bit. So we'll see what these guys got to come into that final race for the 100 laps. See if we'll have some patience. I'm going to say the patience will be short by that time.
Yeah, it's kind of like when they put that little fake rabbit on in dog races, and they all chase it around the track. It's gonna be like that with that $100 bill tonight. So it's gonna make people drive different. That's for sure. You're gonna see some guys. What I love about these type of events is they're so cool. They're different than they break the monotony of some of the NASCAR style racing that we do. But it also showcases some guys who have some really, really good track talent that are just so damn good at these type of tracks. So that's what I always love to see is different guys up front, guys racing, battling, and then $100 just the cherry on top.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top tonight. Who are your short track ringers here in Original Rebels, Eddie?
Well, I don't know about ringer because it would imply that they're not good other places too. So I don't want to call him a ringer, but I can tell you what, Jason Warren and the Bullring, man, they are one and the same. You go to Martinsville, you win a clock. You go to the Bullring, and there's a Jason Warren. He's there kicking your butt. So Jason Warren, it's going to be hard to beat. Josh Oswald, Garrett Kinder. These guys run short tracks a lot, and they always have a lot of speed. So guys like Ryan Pendleton who do dirt, not a lot of asphalt, but he has shown at asphalt tracks on the short track he's really fast as well. So a lot of guys in this field that are really good short track racers, but those three or four, I would be surprised if they didn't come away with that $100.
For sure. Now, practice is complete, and as Eddie just said, Jason Warren, the top of the board there in practice. So, living up to Eddie's expectations here. We'll see how he does in qualifying. ShappyEdits.com. Check him out. And we're going to go, not ShappyEdits.com, but check out Shappy Edits. Go with Kai Shapper. I would imagine that's some sort of paint thing, right, Eddie?
Yeah. You can. Well, it's actually he does video editing. So he'll take some. If you want a project done for your website, you want something done for your racing league, Shappy Kai Shapper does a great job of putting together those type of videos, hype videos, all type of things. So
Nice.
he does a great job, can get them out really quickly. That's always important, and he does a good job. So you can go to shappyedits.com. I just don't know if you'll find anything there.
So we're gonna get going with our first heat race. No qualifying, obviously, and we're gonna take four. The top four from this are gonna head into the main event, and then the rest of those guys will have another shot to be a part of the consolation race and hopefully get themselves into that final.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing a straw draw, which is just basically a random heat. So you don't know which heat you're going into. You don't know where you're going to start. And so we got guys all over. So we're going to see guys moving up towards the front, guys moving to the back. And you're going to see some people that may not be used to being up at the front and how they deal with it and how they deal with the pressure of it. And, so it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
For sure. 14 cars in the field for this, so that'll be fun. We'll see what they can do here. As we're about to get going down the backstretch, they'll go one more time. They're ready to race. That truck will take a hard left there, and they'll roll through 3 and 4. The green flag will start this thing, and they're off. With the 88 out to the front real early, and that's Ryan Derrick.
Yeah, Ryan's got a great advantage being out front early like that. It's going to be so hard to pass, and guys are going to be real. Oh, number 3 goes around. Josh Lokenvitz goes around Michael Kostick.
Yeah, it starts with a cost check, I think, here. Let's see what happens. Oh, Lokenvitz just hard into the back of him there on entry to the corner. Sends the three around. Then he's going to slide back up the track in front of Lokenvitz as well. Lokenvitz getting a little bit of damage as well from that. So that's going to make it tough for those guys here. Now, under caution in the heat races, they're not going to be counting laps, so that's good.
Yeah, that's I mean, it's a nice way of keeping it from just being all caution and get all the laps that you're gonna have are gonna be under green. So Ryan Derrick doesn't like that, obviously, because he would love for it to be counting off those laps right now. Even though I can't tell, but it looks like it might be counting off laps. I think it swapped over, so I don't know if they.
Yep. It's down to 22 to go.
Now it may not count in the feature, so that may be the difference in these heats. It may.
Usually with heat racing, you don't count them, but it's okay. It'll just get this thing, the heat races over a little bit quicker for these guys. And that's a plus for the 88. He's okay with seeing these over and over again.
Yeah, well, yeah, and after that first initial start, he gets control of the restarts from here on out, and so he'll be able to get a good jump.
Now, are they using the pick a lane rule, where they can choose either side?
I don't know. It looks like they're getting single file for this restart, which is odd.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're just throwing it all of it at us tonight.
And the green flag is out, and the 88 machine rolling again.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for the guys in the back to make their way to the front, being single file like that. So guys are gonna have to find. Oh, he's got somebody going around again. Caution back out.
Looks like Tyler Rice this time. See what happened with the 6, if he got any help there. Oh yeah, the 4 machine just getting up underneath him out of the corner, getting into his side. Not much damage for the 6. He'll be all right. Definitely.
It's hard to tell if he's got any damage with that retro paint scheme. It's hard to see where the dinks and dings are at.
Let's roll that back and see if we can get a better look from inside that 4 machine of Zach Wetstein. Yeah, it looked like he thought the 6 was just going up the corner and decided to turn down at the last second.
Yeah, Tyler may not have known he was gonna jump up through there in the middle of the turn and was trying to, looks like, get in front of, try to get up under somebody else, and just a racing incident. And
For sure.
I think we're gonna see that a lot tonight. Guys just trying to get a run off the corner and get that position down the straightaways.
So far, your leader, Ryan Derrick, still hanging out up front. No big deal for him. Mickey Isaac into that second spot. Colton Landford third. Jesse Necula fourth, and fifth place. Josh Smith in that 47 is going to round out your top 5. So Necula, Landford, Isaac, and Derrick in right now, and that's going to be subject to change, obviously.
Yeah, kind of starting off the way that we thought maybe it would. Just a little bit of cautions, guys trying to get used to the track. And then, like I said, just the random straw draw. You're going to have all kinds of skill levels all over the track, starting in different spots. So guys, trying to make their way to the front. Just all kinds of different skill levels all over.
Yep, just looking for them to settle in here and get some of these laps knocked out. I'm going to reset my my HUD here. It seems to be the tickers aren't working the way they should. So green flag is about to be out. That 88 machine gets the restart. The 7 ahead of him still, and he's going. Green flag's out, and actually that's bad news for the 88. That 7 got a great start on the outside. Mickey Isaac to the point.
Yeah, Derrick did not get a good start there, and I'm actually surprised on how well Mickey Isaac was able to make it stick on the outside as Zach Wetsine's going around in the back. We're under caution again. Zach Wetzine having a rough go at it so far.
Like a little bit of netcode maybe from the 12 and him there getting into each other. See if we can roll it back and see a little. Oh no, it's definitely some contact there. And the Griff Dozer is in full effect.
Yeah, he's got the scoop on the side right now.
Zach probably not very stoked about that one either.
No, but if you're Zach, you're really gonna have to settle in and
start clicking them off.
Yeah. So it looks like, based on what I'm looking at, is that we're going to skip the third heat. So we're going to have 2 25-lap heats to set the field and kind of go from there. So it looks like based on how many people joined and were part of the race, heat 3 is going to be skipped. So just the 2 heats. So
interesting.
I tell you, we were talking about the paint schemes, but I tell you what, these guys knocked it out of the park tonight. Tonight's an 80s theme, which Kai put together and kind of gave everybody a challenge. So we've got all kinds of paint schemes. Third place in the 84, you got a Ghostbuster scheme. You got an Alien scheme right behind him. So a lot of guys putting a lot of effort, and I tell you what, we ought to showcase those throughout the broadcast. I tell you what, some guys put a lot of work. Man, some really, really good looking schemes.
Carol Baskins on the Griff machine. Pretty cool theme there from Tyler Rice. Michael Kostyuk. Wetstein.
Yeah, the other heat's got some good ones in there too. So I hate to pick a favorite. If I got to pick a favorite though, man, I'm just so drawn to the 13 machine. Maybe it's because I'm a male and I like pretty colors, you know. I'm just drawn to colorful things. It's got an equalizer looking with a little vaporwave styling of lettering and stuff. Really, really awesome paint scheme. I'm a big fan. So.
I'm liking the 84 Justin Necula. I hadn't seen it until you were saying it, and I was going through them cars, and I really like that Ghostbusters hot rod. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of effort put into these trucks. So
that 7 machine of job. Mickey Isaac here getting ready to take green flag racing, and he goes just off of 4, and he's out. The 84 is going to be able to get up underneath as well.
Yeah, a lot of bumpers pushed in back here through the field that I'm seeing. Poor Ryan Derrick in the 88 machine is just struggling right now, as he is started on the pole, but he is just kind of getting freight trained at this point, as we're almost 3 wide back here.
Yep. Oh, hang on to it.
Andy Kurtz was able to save that machine. What a good save by him. But I think that's what we're going to see, Joe, is we're going to see guys, you know, how he's fighting so hard on the inside, you can't go all the way out off the exit. So you really have to put a lot of throttle to keep that thing turning, and it's just going to break loose on you.
4 laps to go as they cross the line there. Jesse Nekula in second. We're looking back from his ride, and you can see those guys trying to get themselves into the top 4. And they might take more than that now with the less number of heats, right?
You know, I don't know. It says 4 now, but I think we'll see maybe after this one. Maybe it'll let us know. I don't know.
Yep. Oh, we got one around on the backstretch. That's Tyler Rice again. It stays green right now. See if we can get it squared away.
Yeah, he gets back going.
We got ourselves a little bit of a battle for the lead here, as Nekula able to close that gap to Mickey Isaac, and he wants to put on a show for us.
Yeah, I don't know about you,
2 to
Joe.
go.
I mean, yeah, coming to the white flag here. How much pressure are you going to put on Mickey Isaac here?
Oh, there's a caution out. That's going to extend it. Not sure the cause of the caution.
Huh. Yeah, I don't see anything either.
If we can look back through the field.
Well, let me ask you this question, Joe. I mean, if you're in the top 4, you know you're going to transfer. How much are you going to be fighting up here to try to win a heat? They don't pay you anything to win a heat.
Not if you're transferring. That's the way I'd look at it.
Slightly better starting spot for the feature, but I don't know.
It looks like the 59 got spun around here. On his own. Looks like a self-spin.
Yeah, it's maybe a little bit too much brake bias. Drove it down in the corner and just kind of broke loose.
No damage from that, though. So we're going to have ourselves a little green-white checkered action here in the first heat. Now the question is, you can't be too cautious if you're Nekula, because you might get run over from behind. There's guys behind him who definitely want to transfer. You think Derek, who led some of this race early, Kurtz, Schulott. How do you say his name? Schott?
Yeah, Todd Schott.
Schott. So Schott. The J always throws me off when I look at it.
Yeah, the J is silent. It's like jalapeno. Well, I tell you what, if I'm Nekula, my whole thing is get down to the bottom, because I think the worst thing that could happen is you try to restart and stay even with Mickey Isaac and end up stuck on the outside and 3-4 guys pass you before you can get back to the checkered flag. So for him, he's got to let Mickey go, jump down to the bottom as soon as possible to make sure he can make it. Pretty much everybody on the outside is going to be similar.
And we got some guys in the chat. Kevin Kinder. Hello, y'all. Looks like a hard track to pass. I mean, we've seen a little bit of passing here and there. I think it's more of just getting used to the track and the guys around you. Dang Lang Racing says, I have some family stuff going on, so I may not make it for the grid for heat number 2. And Aaron Johnson says, let's go, Jason Warren, bring it home, and I'll give you an extra $100. Yeah, right.
Wow.
Let's go. Jason Warren with $200 on the table then. That's 7 of Isaac on the inside. It's a decent jump, but as you said, Nekula's got to get down. We'll see if he's going to be able to. Right now, it's not looking like it.
Yeah.
But he'll get a good run down here down the front stretch. Maybe get in. Nope. Still stuck on that outside line for Nekula.
He's doing a great job, though, and I think he's going to clear it now.
47.
Oh.
A little bit of close. The 88 sneaking by William Griffith. Ryan Derrick into the 4th spot. Griff spins it. To the line they go. Ryan Derrick's going to get your 4th spot. So Mickey Isaac, Jesse Nekula, Josh Smith, and Ryan Derrick, your top 4 here in the first heat.
Well, Joe, I don't know what to say about that race. That was interesting.
Yeah, Griff sent
What?
Griff sent it trying to move Derek, and right, and ended up wrecking himself there.
Yeah. All right, well, this is going to be a fun one. I'm excited about this heat. I can already tell by the names that popped up on this list. Sam Wetstein going to start on the pole. Jamie Mullen starting second. Ryan Pendleton third. Steve Loving fourth. Josh Oswald fifth. Oh, yeah, this is going to be good. I'm excited for this one.
And your guy Jason Warren, the guy you called the ringer, if you want to call it that, he's going to have his work cut out for him. Starting 10th, he's going to have to make at least 6 passes to give a shot at this thing. So,
well, if there's anybody who can do it, he can. It's just about keeping it clean. I mean, he's a super clean driver, but we've seen that you can get caught up in something that's not really. You saw Zach Wetstein have that issue, getting caught up in something that really didn't have anything to do with him a couple times. So he's got to be careful with that. If anybody can make it up through the field based on practice time, it's definitely Jason. He's got $200 on the line now. He's got to.
no choices. Check out Shappy Edits. Get with Kai Shappert and Shappy Edits. He's the sponsor for tonight's Original Rebels Clash. At the Bullring, $100 on the line. Sam Wetstein going to lead them to the green flag of the second heat. Any word on how many drivers were taken from that first one? Can you see it?
Well, it looks like the top 4 were done. So it looks like top 4 is going to stick.
And if you're watching this here on Intensity Broadcasting for the first time, like, follow, and subscribe to us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Also, check us out on Twitter at Man will get back to you if you shout him out. So, Eddie, we're at like approximately 1,600 followers. Our goal year after year was to get 1,000. So, we're coming up on year number 2 in April. We want to get this thing to 2,000 by April. You think we can make it happen? Only 400 more.
I think with the quality of broadcasts that y'all put out, I don't think y'all have any trouble doing
that. We'll see. Sam Wetstein, the pace truck pulls off. Sam Wetstein will take it on the green since it's the initial start of the heat. There he goes, Sam Wetstein, with a decent start actually in that PBR car.
Yeah, Joe, I unfortunately for heat number 1, I hate to do this to y'all, but heat number 2 is whooping y'all's butts when it comes to paint schemes. This is the best looking heat for sure. They seem to be keeping it together longer than the first heat too. So,
Josh Oswald with a Motley Crue hot rod. He's chasing Sam Wetstein right now from that second position. Josh, known to be fast, especially at the short tracks, from what I've seen in the past from him. So, we'll see what he can do with Sam once he gets to him. And he looks like he's there. Let's see if he exercises some patience, knowing he has to transfer. And yellow flags out. We have one around.
It's like Cody Bone went around.
Ooh.
It just got out of shape, and the 32 of Jason Warren was coming up on the inside. I just don't think he knew. He tried to shut the door on Jason there, but Jason had a pretty decent sized run after he kind of got a little bit out of
a little
shape.
wiggle here off the corner for the 78 as well. So he's a little loose off, a little loose in, and then maybe a little net code. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely some tight race in there from Jason Warren. Knowing he's got to get himself up there. He's already up 4 positions to P6. He's only got 2 more to go.
Yeah, there's I don't want to brag too much on one person. I don't want to blow smoke up anybody's butt, but there's a lot of people are fast, but I tell you what, racecraft is something that is learned over a long time, and there are certain guys like Jason Warren who have really good racecraft to know how to get around folks. That was a little bit net code, but knowing when to pass, when to be aggressive. Some people back off at the start, but being able to make up 2 or 3 spots in a 25-lap heat, on a restart, man, that's huge. Track position is such a big thing at these short tracks. So,
yeah, I win a lot of my races on racecraft and strategy. Because I'm not the fastest personally, but I find myself with a chance at it when it's a long green flag run and. I've saved some tires, and the rest of these guys are just running them off, hot lapping every lap. So, like you said, it just comes from experience and being around a while to be able to tell when it's time to go and when it's time to just kind of relax and wait. So,
Yeah, absolutely. There's two sides of the both spectrum. You wait too long, you know, you end up in bad track position. But if you, if you try to be too aggressive, you can end up in trouble. So
For sure. Well, we're looking back here from Sam Wetstein's PBR car, and you can see some definite, definite contenders here for the front, and they're coming.
yeah, if we get a good green flag run here, it's going to be really, really tough for Sam just to chill out. He'd love to get a good restart and chill out up front, but I just don't think he's going to be able to. Guys, I know people like Josh Oswald, Steve Loving, Jamie Mullins, they're real patient drivers, and they know the situation they're in, but they're going to have some guys on their butts that are ready to go, and they're not going to be able to wait around.
And the lights on the pace truck are off. We'll be going green flag this time by. You see the truck dipping off there on the backstretch. And now it's on Sam. This is where you get a little gamesmanship, and Sam, probably as he comes off of 4, is going to try to get it on him. There it is. And he gets Josh Oswald with a great jump.
Yeah, there's somebody spinning in the back.
Somebody on old tires. That's John Smeal. We're still green right now. If he gets it taken care of.
He does. He gets it back going.
And so Sam Wetstein leading this thing. Steve Loving and Josh Oswald giving chase. Now there's a wreck again. Matt Telder this time, it looks like, maybe. Speaking of sweet paint jobs, there's a couple right there.
They're just trying. They're directing like this so they get on the broadcast. Because look, Ray Page just wanted to get his. Look, go back. If you go once you get back going, you'll see Ray Page's face come across the screen. That's what he wanted.
It's a little tap there. It's going to send the two around. A little bit of connection. Ray Page, you see it in the orange car there. There, Ray. There's your 3 minutes of fame. In the big frig.
Yeah, I like that you called Sam Wetstein. You called him Sam Sweatstein, and I like that. I think that's going to be a good nickname for him because that's probably what he's doing right now
He's
with
sweating.
these guys behind him. He's a great driver. He's super clean, and I've seen him win races at short track series like the Legend series and stuff like that. And he's doing a great job right now, holding off who may be one of the most decorated champions in Original Rebels in number 17 of Josh Oswald, keeping him behind him. So Sam's doing a great job, but definitely Sam Sweatstein right now.
Sometimes screw-ups work in your favor. 13 to go. We've only had 2 cautions in this one, which is good. They're gonna knock these last 13 off without a caution, I think.
Yeah, right. yeah. Well, I tell you what, I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling myself a little bit there, Mr. Wright, because Jason Warren is up to 5th place, so he is 1 spot out of the transfer spot. So.
And I think at this point he wants to see this thing go green. It's going to give him a chance to make some moves and get into that top 4. The longer we keep restarting, the better chance these guys have of holding him off.
Yeah, Jamie Mullins, if you're watching, you better go over and hit that dot on the side, because the ghost's coming after you right now. Running that Pac-Man paint scheme, he's gonna have to go.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get your cherries, buddy. You're gonna have to get
right.
your cherries. And I like that number 27 too. That Winston Machine Steve Loving. It's a pretty cool paint scheme from him. That Pac-Man though. All these guys, man, like you said, putting on an awesome show with some really cool paints. That PBR Hot Rod is going to go now. He almost played a little game there with Oswald, but I think it was too late. That's going to give Oswald an opportunity here on the outside. Josh not going to take it. A clear up for Sam. Oswald's going to slide in behind him. Steve Loving behind them, and we got another caution.
Looks like Ray Page went around again.
He didn't like the 2 seconds of fame. He wanted more. And Ray goes around. Yeah, the 2 helped him.
Yeah, that was a nice little shot he got there. May have been some I don't want to say, I don't like to say what people's intentions were, but it may have been a little spillover from the last caution. Not sure. I think the 2 is actually listed as the 44. That's Matt Tilder.
Ray looks a little hot as he's getting it back around. Let's see if he does or says anything. Nope. He's going to pit road. The 2 must have gotten EOL for that one.
Now, Kai is our race control tonight, who's running this thing. Let me say, man, Kai has done a great job in the last, since I've been here, with all the different fun little things. We got our normal series, but Kai does such a great job of coming up with stuff like kids night, ladies night, things that some people, I don't, what is that? But man, I tell you what, there was nothing more fun than these guys getting their wives and their kids involved, man, getting the whole family involved, and putting on a good race, having some cool prizes and stuff. And he puts on some really, really cool events, and I think tonight is definitely another notch on his bedpost for sure.
Absolutely. And Kai actually did our intro video for the Extreme Forces Racing League, one of our other broadcasted leagues. So he did a really good job with that. So you were right about his Shappy edits and the things they can do with the audio and visuals, which is cool stuff on that end. And we know we got some cool stuff coming in the new year, so stay tuned for that. And if you're watching, like, follow, and subscribe. Get us to that 2,000. Help us out. We got 20 watching right now. That's a lot, considering there's only 14 on track for right now.
Yeah, we gotta cuddle up with that like button. We gotta just slide up next to that subscribe button, man, and let's don't smash it. We don't want you to smash it. Just tickle it a little bit.
Yeah, Atlee likes to smash it. He says so, but
we're a little bit more sensual here tonight.
Single file on this restart here. Interesting.
Yeah, consecutive cautions I think are set to single file. So
got it. But Josh Oswald setting his sights on Sam Wetstein here. Sam's going to try to scoot away as far as he can. Start this run. He's only got to survive that position for 4 more laps. Jason Warren has found himself in the top 4. And Oswald underneath. Sam slides back to second.
Jamie Mullins goes around the Pac-Man.
Uh-oh.
Got caught.
Oh, just a little loose off the corner there. Slides down the front stretch. That's what brings out our caution here.
Yeah, you start to see that 32 machine kind of take off from him and being in that transfer spot. And he gave it a little bit more throttle, just like, just give me a little bit more. And the tires were like, nope. And he took off. So, tough deal for him.
Our 4th caution here in the second heat of tonight's racing. After this, we will move to one consolation race?
Yep, we'll have a C main and then go to the feature. We won't know how many people transfer until I think the C main starts or it finishes.
Well, I guess it would be, so we have 8 from the 2 heats, so it'd be 12 cars from that consolation race, I'd imagine.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know all the details of the main, but if it's supposed to be 20, I think that will be what happens. iRacing does this thing where it tries to calculate it, and so right now it only shows 1 from the C main going, but we know it's more than that.
Yeah, they can really do some math and fix that whole thing. Because it doesn't work right some nights. I'll tell you that. It's almost hard to keep track of when you're in the race, as well as broadcasting it, or as well as race control. It could definitely simplify it and make it easier. But Josh Oswald, the Motley Crue Hot Rod, gets past Sam Wetzel in that short little green flag run we had there. Sam will be starting behind him now as I think, will continue to be single file. But your leader, Josh Oswald from Laurie's Station, PA. Looks like he might have a little trophy in his hand from something else in that picture. Looks like a racing deal, huh?
Yeah, he's a he's a short track asphalt racer in real life, so
Nice.
it definitely translates over to iRacing. He's pretty decorated. He's been I think he's won a couple track championships, if I'm remembering correctly. Won a few races. Been doing it for a while, so.
Now they're double file again. I don't understand.
They heard you say single file, so they changed to double.
The pace truck's gonna head left right here, and Josh Oswald, it's on you, my friend. As Josh Hall would say, the loud pedal, it's on the right.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild right here.
Good timing there from Josh Oswald. Sam Wetstein's able to get down and clear himself in. Warren to the outside now. He's got some competition on the inside. We got a caution though.
Ooh, that was close for that transfer position. We'll see where it scores them. Won't know until.
Ray Page getting in hot again. No big contact there from Ray Page, but enough to bring out the caution. Did they just checkered flag that?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, I believe that's it. That's going to be it. Just the one green, white checkered. So we'll see.
Yep. So Josh Oswald, Sam Wetstein, Steve Loving, and Jason Warren, your top 4. Those will be your transfer guys.
Yeah, Joe, it was really close. The 42 or 74, I mean, was super close to getting in there.
All right. Consolation race. 20 drivers, it looks like, are gridding.
Yeah, this is the B main. I don't know. iRacing's goofing up. It skipped the C mains, going straight into the B main. It keeps you on your toes, man. You just never know.
Well, we have 8 drivers locked in. I think they're going to pull 12 from this. Think.
Yep, you're right. That's exactly what it says. So the top 12 will be your cutoff. As you were right from the very beginning, 20 is going to be in the main feature. So. It's like Todd Schott's going to be on the front row with Jimmy. I said bro earlier, and I'm going to keep it that way. Unless you've got a better pronunciation, I'm going to say Jeremy Bro. So.
I mean, bro, yeah. I mean, yeah, the L silent, the T silent. It seems like it might be Canadian.
or Cajun, one of the two.
Or that. French, however you want to look at it. So the 00, Todd Schott.
I jumped away real quick. It's Jeremy Brialt.
Brialt. Got it.
Close.
Damn. We were way off.
Yeah.
And I'll bet you know what? It's now that you said that, I've heard Atlee call him that and been like, is that really how you say that? So, Brialt it is.
Brialt. Yeah, we'll say it 3 or 4 more times so it gets locked in. They say if you say something 20 times or something like that, it becomes a habit. So
that's a heck of a race car Jeremy Brialt has. I
Absolutely.
like the colors. They're a lot like ours here at Intensity Broadcasting. And that number, 74, throws it back to one of our good friends, me and Josh Hulls, of Jason Yacht. So I'm going to be rooting for him here. I kind of like that hot rod. So we'll see what he can do here for Jeremy Brialt. But green flag is out. 00, little lackluster on the loud pedal. But he's underneath. Todd Schott will be able to not stick it. 74 back on the outside. He's going to drive it in deep. And he's able to stick it there, too. He's going to go right around Todd on the outside.
Yeah, this little B main is stacked with people that are really good. Todd Schott's really good. Jeremy, Zach Wetstein, Garrett Kinder. I mean, this whole, the whole
caution
whole
is out.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. See what happened here with Lokomitz and Farmer. Lokomitz just kind of coming down on Farmer there. Farmer not getting it down as far as maybe he should have. I'm not sure what the looks like a pretty good racing deal there. And you can see there that Farmer has the line. He just doesn't get down as far as Josh probably would have liked him to. And then just a racing deal there. They kind of get into each other and both spin around. No major damage for either of those guys.
Yeah, yeah. The fellow on the bottom, he could have got down a little bit lower, but Josh could have give him a little bit more room. But you're right, just a racing deal, guys, trying to occupy similar spaces.
Yeah, and a lot of times when stuff like that happens and people don't really think about it, but your expectation of what the guy below you is going to do isn't always what they do. And actually, as a racer and as a good racer, you can kind of recognize that and use that to your advantage sometimes. Hey, I'm going to hold this line that he doesn't think I'm going to hold and see what he does with it. And sometimes it causes a wreck, but also sometimes you gain an advantage from it. So things to think about while you're in the hot rod.
That's right. Yeah, racing around others, especially on the internet, it's always kind of weird. You have to really navigate that. Here we're just amateur racers. We're not even amateur racers like short track guys.
We just do that for fun.
Yeah,
Recreational.
we're video game players. You can call it whatever you want. It's video game. And that's what we are. We've got all kinds of different type of controllers and stuff. So as much room as you can give somebody's usually the best option. But man, when you're racing for $100, you're gonna get as close as you possibly can, and sometimes you end up facing the wrong way.
Somebody asked me just last week, Eddie, about what I thought about a butt kicker and VR and all these other things, and I said anything that makes you feel more a part of what you're doing, like more realistic, whatever that is, that gives you that authentic feel, you're gonna get better no matter what. Whether it whatever that reasoning is, right? It doesn't matter. But anyway, the conversation went pretty long, and it was basically the gist of it was whatever makes you feel like you're more into what you're doing, the better it'll be. And sim racing does that. They have so many different things you can do to really like get into it. But talk about getting into it. Jeremy Brialt just like a rocket ship on that restart, and now he's trying to check out from Todd Schott.
Yeah, he's an extremely fast short track racer. He's fast in a lot of places. Todd Schott just struggling to stay on the bottom there. He's going to open up the door for Zach Wett signing. Probably Garrett Kendrick going to come along with him. So Todd just having a tough time staying exactly on that bottom.
Another wreck. Yep. Man, some of these camera angles are terrible. Looks like the 25 might have just got down on those rumble strips there. Maybe turn that thing around on him. Yep, but it did.
Yeah, there's just not a huge William Griffith, nowhere to go. Yeah.
Hard into him.
There's just not a big transition from the apron to the banking itself. It's just there's hardly any banking at all. So it's easy to do it. You're just not paying attention. You can get down and get that left front in particular on that apron, and just upsets the weight and the balance of the car. And if you're not paying attention, it can just loop on you. And that's exactly what happened. But yeah, we were talking about the VR and stuff. Any kind of immersion that you can get, that's part of the fun. When it comes to sim racing, is how can I try to immerse myself where I feel like it's, feel like I'm in a real race car. And there's all kinds of things you can do to try to replicate that feeling.
I think that immersion factor helps you, especially in VR, be able to look around left and right, and it kind of make you be aware of your surroundings a little bit. The butt kicker for me lets me know if my wheels are slipping, even though I don't like I'm not listening or feeling for it. I think that the repetition with that butt kicker and that feeling of when I'm losing it and I can feel it, your body starts to become sensitive to those things, and this is what I was telling this person, was that I've become sensitive to it and I don't even know it's happening. So all of those things in immersion wise that you can add in are super great features. I do think there's a distinct advantage to the direct drive wheels and some of the higher level pedals. You can just see some guys are lightning fast with them, and whether you're racing a great race or not, you may not have a chance.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm of the camp that equipment doesn't really mean the difference because I've seen personally guys using like old G25 pedals stock with a G25 wheel or even a worse wheel,
Oh, for sure.
just whoop the field. So I think it's just seat time and being comfortable with whatever it is that you're using. I think that's always most important. So if you've got a VR or something like that, just using it over and over again, not swapping back and forth. I think that's seat time is like that in real racing. It's like that in sim racing. I think too.
Yeah, but I still think signal-wise and stuff like that, there's a bit of an advantage to some of that direct drive stuff, but we can get into that in a minute. As we're back, green flag racing, Jeremy Briol is going to clear, and Todd Schott still struggling. As you saw,
Yeah,
Zach fly off the corner in front of him. Now everybody trying to get back by Todd.
White flag's out.
White flag is out, and your top 12, I believe, will go. And that right
Still
now is
tight up
looking
there.
like John Schmiel in the 50 machine, which I believe is on the outside. He's getting the... Oh, he gets turned. Who's going to get it?
I don't know. Ray Page just went in there and cleaned them all out. I don't know about that move, but Andy Kurt's not going to be happy about that.
I think your transfer spot is Josh Lokenvitz. So we'll have 3
All
minutes
right.
of warm-up here, and then we'll call out the grid.
Oh yeah, and the lights are on. It's night. We've accelerated into the future. We hopped in a DeLorean and shot forward on this 80s night.
Welcome
I
to the
don't know.
80s.
I'm gonna let you be. I'll let you be Marty. I'll be the Doc.
There you go.
And here we are. Lights are on, and we're getting ready to roll. Notice that the lighting. I really love how they do this on the short track. Just want to like shout this out. We raced Five Flags the other night, and you'll see that the lighting. You'll see there's dark spots on the track, and I think that's a really cool thing that they do that people probably overlook. Five Flags has like 3 light stands. There's some part of the track is dark and some of them really bright, and you'll see the same thing here. So I think that's a really cool feature they have. So you'll see some dark spots, some light spots as the lights don't have full coverage.
Speaking of Five Flags, did you see that wreck?
I did, yeah, and I
Man.
forgot what series.
It was
Truck,
it was a truck. It was like their super trucks or whatever they call them. But
yeah.
man, terrible wreck.
Yeah, maybe one of their 3 lights went out. Who knows?
But anyways, the guy walked away, so that's great.
Yeah, that's always good. Yep. Well, I tell you what, 100 laps, man, it's gonna be fun. Let's see how many people actually. Yeah, this gonna be a fun race. I'm excited about this.
It seems like it might be more than 20. Maybe not. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Yeah, there's no indication when it comes to heats and stuff.
Yeah.
You're right. They need to do a better job of displaying that, at least for, or at least put it in the files. That way, SDK or something can pull from it.
Yeah, so just so they can purge the results of each one or something like that, and you can display them, that'd be great. About 30 seconds left here in warm-up before the 100 lap for $100. Original Rebels clash at the Bullring. Presented to you by Intensity Broadcasting, but sponsored by Shappy Edits. Check out Kai Shappert. Let him know if you need something video-driven. I'm sure he does some painting at some point as well, but Shappy Edits. Check him out. Kai Shappert. He's in the race. I don't know if he made the main, though.
I think he's just doing race.
Oh, yeah, that's
control.
right. He's just doing race
I
control.
didn't-
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Your guy Jason Warren made it in. Zach Wetstein's in. Jesse Necula. Cody Bohm. Oh. Mickey Isaac. Tyler Rice. Steve Loving. Josh Smith. And we're going to have 20 cars. Let's see. I like to go through the field once they get in to their hot rods.
All right. I'll take the back 10, I guess.
Yep. So starting on the pole is going to be Mickey Isaac in that 7 machine. Outside of him is going to be Josh Oswald. In third will be Jesse Nekula. He hasn't gridded yet, so you won't see his car. Oh, there he is. That Ghostbusters machine. Sam Wetstein in the Pabst Blue Ribbon. And you can kind of see this. These are the heat race winners. Top 4 on each side here. Josh Smith will be rolling off P5. 6 will be Steve Loving in that Sweet Winston machine. 7th will be Ryan Derrick. Outside of him will be the 32 machine and Eddie's pick for the night, Jason Warren. Zach Wetstein 9th, and Jeremy Briolt, my pick, and who I'll be rooting for in that 10th spot.
All right, we'll start in 11th. It's going to be Todd Schott in the Dirt Affliction Down South Welding Fabrication Machine. Starting outside of him is Cody Boehm in number 78 Slayer. In the Hardy's truck, starting 13th is Travis Beaver. In the R&D Design number 2, actually number 44 machine, Matt Telder. Starting 15th, Jason Lottridge in the Back to the 80s 48 machine. Tyler Rice in the Tyler Rice Farms. For the Rice Farms number 6 machine, Garrett Kinder in the Big Frig Kinder Farm and Ranch. I think is what it says. I'm pretty sure it does. Yep. Michael Kostick starting 18th. Josh Lokeman starting 19th. And Jamie Mullins, Pac-Man, made it into the field.
There it is. That is your field. The pace truck is off. And we're about to go Green Flag Racing's 100 laps for $100. Josh Oswald will lead them. Or I'm sorry, Mickey Isaac will lead them to the green flag here. Mickey Isaac's not going to get a good jump, though. Oswald's going to get by him before the line. Huge jump for Oswald there. Isaac didn't go. Some tight racing at the front already. You watch Sam Wetstein slides into that 3rd spot. He's under pressure now from the 84 of Jesse Nekula, though.
Oh, well, Jason Warren goes around.
Uh-oh. Somebody done got jinxed.
Yeah, he got the broadcaster curse, didn't he?
He entered pit lane as well, it said. We may have gotten a black flag during that little spin. Caution is out for another wreck, though, so that'll help Jason Warren get back caught up.
Yeah, Jason was just trying to get it, get it going, and just got loose up off the corner trying to get up under the 47 of Josh Smith. So probably the temperature change, the track change from what it was to what it is now. Some guys are gonna have to take some time to get that back
acclimated to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 48 of Lottridge is the cause of the actual caution here. He's gonna come off the corner and just get loose. He's gonna collect, I believe, the 3. Yep, that's the 3. He just collects the 3, and 3 gets up into the wall as well. And that's cost check. And there are no resets in this race.
That's right. Yeah, that's
you
tough.
You have what you got, and if you mess it up, well, for $100, it's worth it. Keep it clean, boys. Oh, I still got the ding. Oh man, no wonder people are probably complaining. So had the thing still up. Shappy edits. Sometimes we forget.
It happens.
My bad.
Yeah, Jason Warren, really, really happy to see that because his spin did not bring out the caution, so he needed that. Not quickly, he would have been fine, but get caught back up to the field. Yeah, he's still got a long way to go. He'll be all the way back in 18th spot. But I was impressed with Josh Oswald on that start. I mean, it's going to take a special type of person, special type of driver to make the high side work, where you can pass somebody and make it work.
I think very early in this you can do it. I think as it goes on, it'll be harder to keep that speed without it getting too tight on you. So.
Yeah, most likely. But he was able to do it, and let's see if Mickey Isaac can return the favor and take that lead back.
Now Mickey with another tough restart for him. Sam's able to get underneath of him now. We were 3 wide behind him too. Sam Wetstein clear up into second place. Josh Oswald, your new leader. Or you're still your leader, I'm sorry. As we look back through the field, you see Jeremy Brialt there. A little side-by-side action with the 78 of Cody Bohm. Just in front of them, the 88 and the 4 of Ryan Derrick and Zach Wetstein battling it out. Ooh, Zach loose and into the wall. He keeps it together, though.
Yeah, these guys are racing hard. They're not racing like it's only 10 laps out of 100, but it does. These laps will click off pretty quick. You just don't have a whole lot of time to waste.
Oh, the 88's around. Yep. We watched that happen. We'll just roll it back. I'll actually go on board with him and just see how loose he actually is there.
He's got them cranks.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying about that high side and keeping it. You want to get off the corner, but you got it cranked over so much, it's going to get you loose off. So that's what happened to him there.
Yeah, I don't know. That it seems like he's either the setup is really, really tight. It's hard to tell without looking at the other people's cockpits while they're racing. But I don't know. His steering ratio may be too high. Some people will default to like a 14-1 or 16-1 or something like that because that's what they use elsewhere. But at short tracks, you just cannot run a steering ratio that high. It's just
I agree.
If you're not running, if you're not running 10-1 or at least 12, you're gonna have a bad time. But I tell you what, these guys who are trying to get up towards the front, it sure is easy when they spin and go up and hit the wall and spin out, and you don't actually have to pass them. They just kind of take themselves out. So it's good for those guys towards the back trying to make their way to the front.
So a little update in the football world. I don't know if you're a football guy, but Buffalo, Tampa Bay are in overtime, tied. Which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Because they weren't that close earlier.
My boys won today, and after I found out that they won, that's all I cared about. I'm a Tennessee Titans fan, and we are limping across the finish line trying to make it to the playoffs, hoping that we get half our offense back.
Josh Oswald. Sam Wetstein is surprising me tonight. And like you said, I guess he is a little bit of a short track specialist. He likes him a little bit better.
Oh yeah, Sam's a really good driver.
I've seen him drive really well at 1.5 miles and just come up short a bunch of times. But Sam putting on a show, holding down that second spot here, just in front of Josh Smith. Any relation for you to Josh?
Nope.
Oswald, though.
I wouldn't mind. He's a hell of a driver, so.
Oswald clear out in front. He's on the roll.
We got a big wreck.
Another one.
Good grief. Ooh.
And that's Todd Schott goes around there. Just looks like a self spin coming off the corner. Another one of those probably cranking it over type things it look like too.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about it, trying to get a drive off the outside. Just
and look, here's the still of Todd Schott's steering wheel. He is rampant with the steering wheel all the way left here. So another same thing.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if it's steering ratio or if it's just the setup that's being used. Sometimes people, the setups that get used will be so tight. So I don't know if it's one of the two. Yeah, if you're all the way over 90 degrees or more, usually that's a bad sign. Yeah, as soon as those rear tires start to grip and you start to kind of drive off the right rear once you get back on the throttle, you really have to unwind. It's kind of like a motion of when you press the throttle, you unwind the steering wheel all at the same time. And if you don't catch it, a track like this,
Yep.
what happened to Todd is exactly what's going to happen.
And sometimes you even have to steer it toward the wall.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it feels most unnatural to want to drive toward the wall, but that's what you gotta do, keep that thing straight.
I'll tell you what, if that's what happens, if you're steering towards the wall, you know you're fast. I can tell you that right now. If you got it counter steered that much, you got a good setup and you're gonna be pretty quick. I like them like that.
I'm with you. But you gotta be on your game the entire 100 laps if you're gonna ride like that. So, all right. Working lap 22 of 100. Still a lot of race left. I know it seems like it's not, but you know, short track racing should be pretty quick. But a lot of race for these guys. These small of what's left, I guess, because we are kind of getting low on numbers. We're down 3 cars right now, so 3 truck cars, as Josh and I would call them.
Yeah, definitely thinning out the herd. Those no faster pairs.
Oh, another wreck. Another big one. Oh, wow. 3 wide. It's going to cause this one. I can tell you that already. Yep.
Oh. Josh.
Oh, and then he gets pile drove by Josh. I wonder if that's going to cost Josh a race for sure. 7's still running.
Yeah, 79. He's smoking, so he's
got
engine
done.
damage. He's out.
Yep. You watch him limp into pit there. Tough break for him. Your leader, though, in class of the field so far. That 17 machine of Josh Oswald.
Yeah, from the race control, looks like Matt Tilder was given an EOL for that wreck. I'm not sure. I don't want to argue against the stewards. I'm not really sure if that was his fault. I'm not sure he had anywhere to go being 3 wide. And so, but he is taking the EOL. He's headed to the back. I feel like we really don't know who is, you know, I don't know if we know who the winner is going to be as of yet, just because we haven't had enough green flag laps to really see who's got the speed. I mean, we know Josh Oswald's quick; he's up there pulling away, and Josh Smith, he's always quick wherever he goes. So we feel like you know, those are pretty good. But I think the winner might come from coming from the field. I'm not sure who it's going to be, but I just have that weird feeling.
I'll tell you, one of the drivers who's on a rail right now is Cody Boehm, up 8 positions to P4. So watch out for him. I mean, a lot of those guys, you know, some of those guys probably wrecked there a bit, but I mean, up 8 positions from the beginning of the race is still a pretty good feat here so far. Steve Loring's going to be 5th. Jeremy Briol plus 4 positions from the start. He's going to find himself in 6th. Now Garrett Kinder in that awesome paint job machine up to P7. He's up 8 positions as well. So watch for him later in this race. These guys are moving their way through the field. Travis Bieber up 6 positions. Jesse Necula has dropped 6 positions, but still looks fairly clean. So, and we saw him have speed late in the runs earlier. Oh, and we're green flag racing again.
A little single file start. Hoping we get a little bit of green flag action so we can really kind of see who's got what. It's hard to tell when there's so many cautions. You can't really get everything going.
Right.
You know, seeing Cody move up as much as he has with all these incidents, you know, that's usually a pretty good sign that he's pretty quick. And he is a short track racer. I mean, Cody Boehm, lawn service is something that he coined, running through the grass at short tracks. So he
Jason Warren crashed and has jumped to pits. Jason Warren will be out of the race.
Yeah.
So Josh
I guess
Oswald,
I cursed him.
Yeah, you did. It's your fault. He's gonna be coming to you for the $200. Josh Smith not letting Oswald get away. So it's going to be the battle of the Joshes here at the front here in a second, I think.
Yeah, last time by, Josh Smith was about half a tick quicker than Oswald there, so definitely finding some speed, doing a little bit of a diamond. I don't know if that's something he can do over and over again, but showing some speed. Although he's a little bit slower that time.
Yeah, he pushed it in a little deep in 3 and 4 last time by. We'll see what he does here.
Oh my goodness, his Todd shot comes out of the pits
and takes out the leader.
What's he doing? Oh my goodness. Man, I am speechless.
This is not okay. This is a bonehead move if I ever seen one. Now, to shots, he holds his line here, by the way. So I'm not gonna fault Todd's shot completely here. He's coming out of pit road. He has the right to do that. He enters on the backstretch, holds his line, and the leader actually comes down and hits him there. So I don't know if you're Todd's shot. What do you do there? You know, you're coming off a pit road. You want to get yourself back into the racing groove. I mean, I guess he could have waited or lifted, maybe. But
yeah, I don't know. He's coming out of there, and just a tough position to put the leader in. And like I said, I don't want to. You're right. I don't want to put it all on Todd. And it's just you know, you're not really up to speed yet. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Josh does go down the corner and kind of gets into the right side of Todd there.
And I think as Todd's shot, you kind of got to be aware of who the leader is, where he is relative wise, and maybe just give him that corner too, and get him behind him and try to get off the corner and get out of the way. But
he's trying to stay on the lead. You know, if he was just not a lap down or something, he might have been trying to stay on the lead lap. He's coming out of the pits, so I don't know how many laps down he actually was, but
actually, it's going to really mess up Josh Oswald's race, but also the 47 gets some damage in the rear end of his truck from that as well. Your leader, Josh Smith, got some damage in that as well, in that altercation there coming off the corner. So we'll see how that affects his car. He was looking pretty fast there as he was chasing down Josh Oswald, but man, tough break for Oswald there.
Yeah. Like I said, I thought that the winner is going to come from back in the pack a little bit, and I think I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit better about that right now because it's man, I tell you what, this has been crazy actually. Some really solid drivers are already out. Guys who I would put money on to take a 100 lap race if it were to go green.
Josh Smith will lead them back, to the green flag here, and he'll have the start. Looks like he gave him a little jerk, and they go. That's a little gamesmanship there at the beginning of that one. The Slayer hot rod of 78 of Cody Bohm, though. I just talked about him before the last restart, and now he's there. P2, one of the faster guys on track. Let's see if he can get around here a little bit quicker than the 47, and it looks like he might have the truck to do it.
Yeah, Sam did a really nice job of getting down in front of Steve Loving there. Stuck on the high side on that restart, was able to jump down and get down to the bottom, so good job by him.
To the inside, the 78. Whoa, he hangs on to it, maybe?
Goodness.
Now.
Well, you know, Joe, this is why you don't put money on races, because I think this is what happens when there's money on the line. Guys drive with no abandonment.
Right. So let's just look at this real quick. I want to see if he has a line there. He lifted a little bit there. He's not there, right? So you got to give. The guy's going to enter the corner here, so you have to kind of give it just a little bit. You're not there yet. They say in short track racing you got to be past the rear wheel in order to do that.
So. Yeah, it was definitely.
That's what I've heard anyway. I've got yelled at by short track specialists that say if you're not at or near their back wheel, then you're not in a position to make a pass.
Yeah, you ask 100 people, you get 100 different answers when it comes to that type of stuff. Uh, everybody's got opinions about how that is and stuff, but I think you're right. I think you were probably faster. I think in the last couple laps he had really run him down and had the speed, and could have been a little bit more patient to wait. Um, because you're
Any
right. He
action
definitely.
from the admin there on that, or were they calling that a racing deal?
Not yet. We'll see. I haven't seen any EOLs handed out. It's a tough deal. It's hard to really say because he was showing, if you look in your mirror, you see a guy. I always subscribe to whenever there's an accident, most of the time, 80, 90% of the time, both are at fault in some way. Either one of them could have done one or two things to save it. And,
Right.
and in that scenario, Cody is showing low and he is up 8 spots. Josh could have seen that and just maybe thought maybe, okay, he's going to try to outbreak me into this corner, give him a little bit of room there. Cody, knowing that he's not gotten the spotter call yet for the inside, could have backed off and just waited another turn. So both guys, could have done things differently. But it's on. I usually give the fault to the passing driver, whoever is making the pass. It's really their responsibility to do it cleanly. So.
I agreed, and as you said, we're not even halfway through this thing, so they could have exercised a little bit of patience. Both men, one knowing the other guy was lower, not coming down, the other one maybe a little lift. So, if both of them did that, it probably would have been a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. Just try to save each other,
Yeah.
save your front end. You don't have a faster pair. If you're Cody, you want to, make sure you don't cause your engine to overheat and stuff like that. But pace car's off.
And this one is on Cody Bohm. And he's going to get a decent jump over the field. Sam Wetstein with a great job on the inside, able to get underneath the 74 Jeremy Briel. How about Sam
Real,
Sweatstein, huh? I'll tell you
yeah,
what.
Sam Sweatstein. You were really right about the high side. How you really need those first 2 laps of new fresh tires to make it work. As you see, Jimmy Brill just not able to make that high side work, and Sam was able to clear him there. So yeah, Sam Sweatstein up to second place, man. What a great run he's having.
And side note, they have one set of tires in the pits, so you could see some late race strategy here, where under a caution these guys go in and get 4 new freshies and use that outside to their advantage to make up some positions. So we'll see what happens, but
Yeah, I think if enough cars, if we keep having accidents and there's only 10 cars on the lead lap or something like that, I would definitely come in and get tires.
oh, Kinder sends the 47, or I'm sorry, the 74 around. Jeremy Briel ends up in the catch fence.
Yeah, guys are just making some crazy moves. Jimmy Brill there, um, just with a wide from the top down to the bottom type move, and I don't know what he was expecting to happen. Uh, yeah, just kind of took himself out there.
Yep.
He didn't even really didn't give Kinder enough time to react.
I wonder if part of this is that curved front straightaway and people just not paying attention to it being
Yeah, I think.
curved.
Yeah, he probably just didn't want to get stuck on that high side. We had already talked about how he wasn't able to make it work up front, and just was trying to, race hard and get himself down to the bottom. And fortunately, Kinder was already there.
Briel goes to pit lane to get some of that damage fixed up. And as you said, Kinder was definitely already there. And again, that straightaway is curved. That's the backstretch. I misspoke first. But that backstretch is kind of curved, a lot like you see at Chicagoland.
Right.
And so that makes for an interesting dynamic when entering 3. So
Yeah, up front, I mean, I tell you what, Sam Wetstein, Travis Bieber, and Steve Loving, man, are doing a great job of keeping their trucks clean. They have a little bit of nicks, a little bit of scrapes on them, but these guys are being patient, being smart. They always kind of race like that. Sam's been up there racing for the lead, but is keeping his truck clean, and I think that's going to be the key tonight. Just sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. It's kind of like like Forrest Gump with the box of chocolates. You don't know if you're going to get a hard side-by-side green flag type race, or if you're going to get a caution field race where you really have to just, hey, let me just be there at the end, and that's the most important. And it seems like you just got to be there at the end.
And I pulled up the track map so you could see that back stretch, just a little bit of curve to it in relation to the front stretch. So the front stretch is pretty straight. Then you hit the back stretch and it's kind of curved. So these guys just not maybe seeing those inside runs as well as they would in a perfect straightaway. So it's just a little different. You don't see many tracks where the back stretch is curved like that, except for, like I said, I think Chicagoland has it like that. That's what makes the Bullring unique. And Cody Bohm back to the front as he set sail. Man, he almost did a full second there.
Yeah, Sam Wetstein was sleeping just a little bit, not expecting him to go, and Sam is really paying for that as he is, man, he is losing a ton of spots.
Travis Bieber and Garrett Kinder starting to close that gap to Cody, though.
Yeah, Garrett Kinder is another one of those short track guys who's got a lot of speed, and so that was really, really important for him to get that track position as he is working on the inside of Travis Bieber. Now, as Sam Wetstein goes around.
Man, was Sam just fighting that thing or what?
Well, I was watching Garrett Kinder, but it really looked like he just kind of, just got up on the high side like we talked about and just looped it around.
Cranking it over and not able to catch it off the corner. He's going to go around in front of the 48 and the 7.
Yeah,
tough break.
Joe. Oh, sorry, good.
Good. That's just a tough break for him.
Yeah, psychology plays into this stuff a lot, into racing. And I tell you what, the worst thing for a racer is to be up front and then start to see you fall backwards. As you're going through a run, you'll hear guys in NASCAR and any kind of racing start to get really, really frustrated when they get passed by 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. And your anxiety picks up, and you're like, wait a minute, I was up front, and now all of a sudden I'm going to the back, and you start pushing that gas a little bit harder. You start taking a little bit more chances. Not saying that's what happened here, but I tell you, it's once you get up front, spin out, go to the back, there's a lot of a lot of psychology.
I don't know if it came out of gear or what happened there, but Sam was. They're not shifting, are they?
It's possible.
Sam's in fourth gear and not getting off the corner there. And it sounds like he shifts right, downshift there. He gets to go back to the gas. It's just too much for it and sends it around. I'm going to try to go on board with somebody else there and just see if everybody's shifting in the field there as this late run happens.
Doesn't look like it. It looks like maybe he was trying to
see if he could find some speed.
Yeah, he gets up on that high side, trying to shift down and get a little bit more grip off the corner. That may have been what just caused that. If you're not used to that and you do that, just randomly one lap, it can really surprise you when those RPMs get up there.
Cody Bohm, Garrett Kinder moves himself into P2 right before that caution. He's going to have some competition at the front. Cody is, with Garrett Kinder on his back bumper now. Or I guess on his side for the restart anyhow.
Yeah, I'm going back to watch and just see if I can hear any shifting.
So we were at Nashville last week, or is it Nashville when we did the SCSRA versus Original Rebels? Yeah, and guys were doing some shifting in there. So that was interesting too.
Yeah, there in Gateway. Gateway is a notorious shifter track, so not here. I was watching Garrett Kinder. He was in fourth gear the whole time. We're under green.
Cody Bohm with a great restart. That's going to...
Somebody Loving goes around.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. See what happened with Steve. He's starting P5 on this here. Just too much. Too much speed.
If I had to just, without driving it, without really knowing how this is handling, if I had to guess what's happening, based on the wheel inputs that I'm seeing, is this truck is unbelievably tight in the entry, It's unbelievably tight in the middle, and guys are trying to use that throttle to get it to go off the corner, and because you see a lot of guys breaking the tires loose. So it just seems like the truck is just so tight that guys are just trying to get the power down, get it to rotate, and I think that's why we're seeing these guys lose the back end.
I think sailing it in and letting it roll the bottom is where they're gonna find the time. So if you're listening,
Yeah,
there's your advantage right there.
yeah, well, yeah. It's so tough though when the truck is tight. If you have to turn it 90 degrees, that is just unbelievably tight. Um, and it's just so hard to make a run on somebody. If it's loose and you can kind of roll that middle like what you're talking about, you know, you can get a run on somebody with the throttle. But with being so tight, you're trying to use the throttle just to get it to go. And with it being so tight like that, you get a loose condition off the corner where it just kind of sails on you.
And we kind of talked about that earlier, where you're cranked over to the left, you're getting back to the gas, that right rear starts to load up on you, and if you're not counter steering and throttle playing, you're not getting off the corner straight. So
That's right.
tough
And
stuff sometimes.
yeah, and in Sam's case, if you shift down to third and you bump it up to 9,000 off the corner on the high side, it's going to loop it.
Now that right rear is gonna definitely be flying.
Yeah, we're going Sam Sweatstein for sure. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for this front row because look who it is, Josh Oswald, who had that incident early, is back up into fourth position. So, man, Jason Lottridge as well has moved his way up towards the front. His
Jesse
guys are dropping
Necula,
out.
yep.
Yep. So we
Josh
got a
Smith
lot
is
of
even
guys.
bouncing back as well in that 47 after having some issues.
Yeah, I tell you what, who ought to be the scaredest people on the track right now is Travis Beaver, because I was talking about how he kept everything clean, and I've said that about everybody that's been up front, and all of them are gone. Steve Loving just spun out, and we just talked about him, about how he had been keeping his truck clean and being safe and smart, and then he goes around. So Travis Beaver is the. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. You're good.
Yeah, Travis Beaver's the only one left, so he better be worried.
And we're watching Cody Bohm just take off again here for a second. Garrett Kinder, one of those patient guys, though. He's okay with riding second. He knows there's 28 laps left in this thing. No reason to be up on the wheel just yet. He just wants to keep within distance, within touch of that guy. No points or no money for leading the most laps, only for winning that last lap. So,
yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of pressure out the
another caution.
Caution.
Sam getting loose again.
Yep, getting up out of the groove and losing the back end again. Starting to feel the intensity. Guys are just putting themselves in scary positions, trying to make as much time up as possible. But on that green flag run, one thing I noticed was Garrett Kinder not really having a whole lot of pressure from Travis Beaver from behind. So what you were saying is right. He all he has to do is just be smart, be patient, and you know, if you can't get a huge run on somebody, at least ride on their bumper, make them nervous, make him force them into a mistake, and all it takes is one bobble, one mistake, and you shoot on by. So you're right. All he has to do is just be patient, be there at the last lap.
And once that door opens up, Garrett Kinder's been known to take that door and go run with it. So he's one of those guys you got to watch out for. He's patient, but he'll definitely send it when he needs to. So
yeah, he's good in everything. I think he's sort of a jack of all trades. I wouldn't say master of none. I think he's mastered quite a bit. But you put him on a rally car, on a dirt rally, he can go out there and win races. You put him in a short track situation, he can go out and win races. You put him in any kind of vehicle that we run here at Original Rebels and Thunderstruck, tour mods, super lates. I mean, gosh, he can drive it all. So he's definitely got something there that applies to almost every form of oval racing. He can get it done. And Cody Bone's the same way, especially on short tracks. But Garrett Kinder can take it to the big tracks and He whooped my ass at Pocono in the Xfinity car a few weeks back. So. Well, I'm not taking her anywhere, Joe. So I don't know what you're saying. But we're coming to get the one to go, I believe.
I was muted on the broadcast. I was talking to my daughter.
Oh, okay.
I probably should have said something.
If you're watching the broadcast, you couldn't hear that. But yeah, we're getting ready to go green here. So lights are out on the pace car. Not too many laps left, Joe. It's gonna get wild, I think, or even wilder.
Maybe some little games from Cody here. He's letting Kinder have a little fender, take a little fender. When will Cody send it? Cody with a great restart. He's actually going to pull Travis Bieber up underneath Kinder. That's going to help him at least get away for a second.
Oh! Garrett Kinder gets extremely loose off the corner on the high side.
So that high side not working for anyone right now. As Kinder's starting to fade from that high line.
Yeah, he's got to get down to the bottom of it.
And there he is. He's back to third. You just see the speed through the middle of the corner. I was talking about rolling in the center. And watch Kinder through the center of the corner here. That time I guess in turns 1 and 2, not the same there, but you can see he kind of gets in a little bit there. He's able to roll the center better than the 114, and Eric Recken behind him, though.
It's like Jason Lodge and Steve Loving involved. Yeah.
Woo!
So what sign gets into the back, though? I guess Steve Loving. Can't really see it, but
yep.
yeah.
Yep, it's Steve Loving. It's just a difference of entry, I think. Not purposeful. Maybe it was. That's hard to tell. I don't know if he gets punted before that or not. Let's see here. No. He was just stuck on the outside. So just stuck on the outside here. Steve Loving gets under him coming off the corner. He's going to race him down into turns 1 and 2. Lottridge goes super high. He's going to come back, have a great run down the backstretch. And just different braking points for the two. I don't know that was on purpose.
Yeah, I doubt it was on purpose. Yeah,
yep.
just Lottridge trying to get into the corner as hard as he can using that Lottridge brake pedal system. Definitely showing how good that they operate. But let's go talking about up front. I just wanted to mention Garrett Kinder is in third, and I think that's going to be the best spot for him. As you saw on that last restart, getting on the outside was tough. So Travis Bieber is going to be the one because Cody is going at perfect timing, getting a straight run off the corner. Anybody on the outside of him is going to have to either jump to start or Cody's going to have some trouble. So I think Garrett Kinder is in the best spot here as he was a tenth faster than Cody on that little green flag run we had. So Cody going to have to get gone pretty much on this restart.
And it's easy to be behind the leader and really time that thing as well.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, as long as he tightens that up right here after they go down the backstretch, and he's tight on the 78, he should be able to clear the 114 with ease, I'd imagine, unless Travis Bieber is able to get up on the wheel and stay right there. We'll see what happens, though.
Yeah, he's got to basically just guess and just jump it and pray that he doesn't go too early.
Yep. Here they go. Through turn 3, and wow, that was super early for the 78. Watch him to be loose. Oh.
Yeah, Josh Smith goes around.
Kinder didn't want to see that.
Yeah, that was the worst thing that could have happened. He had a great start, was cleared of Travis Bieber, and then caution back out again.
And the 47 just losing that on his own. He obviously got a little help toward the end of that, but he was already spinning. And I think it was how early they went. You start loading up that right rear nice and early thinking it's okay because you're just restarting, but it's not.
it seems like the setup is off. It just there's too many uncharacteristic self spins that I'm seeing from people. It just seems like maybe the setup is just a little bit off for because I don't think the trucks have an actual Bullring setup, so it may be a modified, like a Martinsville or Richmond type setup. Not sure, but it just
Got it.
seems like it's just really really tough to navigate this truck around this track.
I know Kai did say they reduced the fuel load to 70% to loosen it up a little bit, and maybe they didn't account for the darkness in that sense, so
Well,
they got super loose.
well, if the fuel cell is still where where it normally is, um, taking away fuel usually tightens these things up. So that may be another part of it. Take the weight off the back, and you all of a sudden are a lot tighter. Anybody's ever done a race and decided to go down pit road for the last time and not take fuel or take very little or something like that just to make it to the end, and all of a sudden you're a little bit tighter than you were before, that's probably why. Well, what do you think, Joe? You think Garrett's going to be able to work that top side? Cody's been getting great restarts.
And Bieber's been good on the low side behind him. I'm interested to see if they double up or if they stay single file, because it was so quick again.
Right, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that'd be great for Kinder if it stay single file.
Lights are off, so we'll see here. Looks like they're staying single.
Yeah. Well, this will be exciting, that's for sure.
And that's what Kinder wanted to see for sure. He did not want to be stuck on that outside line again.
Yeah, big break for Kinder there. All right, a little bumper cars going on here. Oh, Cody with a big jump. Wow. 8 laps to go. Can Garrett Kinder get there? He's definitely fast enough. Showing speed. Will the cautions hold off in time to have us a nice race for the lead as we come down to take 7 laps to go?
Kinder's just able to roll that bottom so nicely. And that's where he's making up that time. And we got one spinning on the front stretch. Let's see if we can get it around or off the track.
Actually gets...
Nope, it's yellows out.
Yeah, Cody actually got super loose there.
Lotridge tried to get it away, but he jumped to the pits instead. It's too late.
Yeah, I can imagine there's some cursing going on, because I tell you what, right before that caution come out, Cody had gotten a little bit loose, was going to be really, really slow on that straightaway, and Kinder was going to have a nice run. So the battle for the lead was picking up had that caution not come out.
And Oswald actually spins here too. He gets a little help from the 74 machine of Jeremy Briault. So that might actually bend the caution, considering the caution happened right then. And Oswald was off the racing surface too, so I don't think they would have even called the caution for him. But maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, guys being real aggressive.
Well, we're going to have a green-white checkered here, Eddie.
Yeah. If they can keep it green, I think we're gonna be in for a good race. I think the top 3 or 4 are definitely fast enough to race this out. We just really got to get. Oh, they're gonna do double file this restart. Now Garrett Kinder does not want to see that. That's great news for Travis Bieber. Oh man, that's tough. I'm gonna tell you what, Joe. If it was me for $100, knowing how this high side's gonna work and how it just doesn't on the restart, I believe I would
risk the black flag.
I think so. I think I go, if I'm Garrett Kinder, I go up there and I say, okay, he's been jumping early every time, and Cody could just not go, or he's done a really good job of getting a jump. I think I just try to say he's been going right around here. I'm just gonna stop it and just pray that that I don't get that black flag, because that's about your only shot. lights are out on the pace truck, so we're going to get one green-white checkered. So this is the only shot that that Garrett Kinder has, or any of these guys, to take this away from Cody.
It's going to be a tall task, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. We'll see what happens.
Like you said, Garrett's up on that wheel. You can see him, and really, really early for him. But there's some... Kinder's going to clear into one.
Yeah, just does he have enough time? That's one thing it's going to be interesting to see. Oh, he gets real close to him there, coming to the white flag.
White flag in the air, and he's rolling the center. Can Cody Bohm hold off Garrett Kinder for $100?
Oh, he's coming. He's coming. Is he going to use the bumper? How much is he going to send it in there?
Oh, Cody spent it!
Oh, my goodness.
No, he didn't.
He pressed B to intimidate, and Cody goes around. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. I cannot believe that. Oh, Cody, you got to be heartbroken. He knew it was probably coming and sent that joker down into 3 and 4 and just lost it. Oh, my goodness.
What a race by Garrett Kinder. He didn't have to put the bumper to him. He, like you said, hit the B button and intimidated him just enough to get him loose on entry.
Man, my oh my, that was impressive. You know, good job by Garrett. I think Garrett was probably going to send it in there and give him a bump anyway. If I had to guess, for $100, it'd be hard for me not to go in there and see what happened. And I think Cody knew that. He was trying to get all he could out of that that last 3 and 4, and just a little bit too hard into that corner. Wow.
Even crazier than that, Sam Wetstein bounces back and comes home with a podium of 3rd. Travis Bieber 2nd. What a wild finish there. Man, I can't believe that just happened. I think I want to talk to Cody Bohm as well. Let's see if we can get him into the waiting room real quick and pull him into the broadcast. I'd really like to hear his feelings on that. Unfortunately for him, that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that's tough. I can pull him up here if you want me to.
Yeah, is he in the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cody, Eddie, and Joe in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, not the conversation I wanted to have with you guys, but...
Oh, no. Well, man, look, we're not here to pour salt in the wound. We just wanted to talk to you, tell you how you did a great job, but kind of just talk about that last lap, man. What were your thoughts going down into 3 and 4? As you knew Kinder was really getting close, what were your thoughts going into that corner?
I figured I had $100. I figured I had $100, and I don't know. I didn't hit the brakes as hard as I even was this whole time. I just don't get it. I don't get what I did wrong. Maybe I put too much wheel into it, but I can't believe I put $100 in Garrett Kinder's pocket, I guess. So yeah, well.
So Cody,
did
you drive it a little deeper than you did before, knowing he had been rolling the corner a little bit better?
It's possible, man. I didn't try to, but I guess I did. I can't believe I did that. I've never choked that hard. It's just unbelievable.
Well, it's disappointing, but man, you put on a great show all night. You were up there at the front racing. You got anybody you want to thank, or had somebody watching or anything like that?
Yeah, well, the other guys that were in the other chat I heard were, mouthing off a little bit, so I guess they're happy that I didn't win, but neither did they, so good for them. But good job, Garrett Kinder.
Awesome, Cody. Well, have a good night.
Hey, man, you guys too.
Well, apparently some chirping going on. It doesn't surprise me one bit.
Right.
So tonight was definitely a tough one. There's probably going to be a lot of hurt feelings. So.
All right. I'm going to pull in our 3rd place finisher, Sam Wetstein. Hey, Sam, it's Joe and Eddie in the booth. You got us?
Hey, guys. What's happening?
Hey, man. You did,
Sweatstein.
Dude, you did great in the heat. You find yourself running pretty good early in the main, but you get a little trouble there. Downshifted to 3rd. Were you trying to find some speed, or was it by accident?
I wasn't paying attention on the start. Imagine that, and started in 3rd, shifted to 4th. Couldn't figure out what was wrong with my truck. I realized I didn't start in 2nd. I shifted it down to 3rd, and come through that corner, and the truck said, "Oh well, we don't like third," so it started spinning out. Survive 2 EOLs for a third place finish. I'll take it.
Awesome,
Man.
Sam, you jumped into the Discord last night and watched the UFC fights. How'd you like those?
Oh, those were awesome.
Alright.
Except for the fact that I fell asleep before the Nunez fight,
Oh, you
and
missed out.
I woke up as Poirier was getting
Choked out.
beaten, choked out. Yeah, I was like, oh well, what happened to? And my wife, who was asleep for the first couple of fights, and kind of it's quiet in the house. I drift off to sleep. She woke up and watched all the fights. Says she tried to wake me up, but I don't wake.
Well, great
Anyway,
job
that was
tonight.
a long-winded answer, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Great job tonight and finishing third. That was awesome. Anybody you want to thank?
I thank my wife for letting me race. My son for getting me into it. Hoosier Motorsports, look out, we're on the move. And thank you guys for doing this broadcast tonight. You guys always do a great job.
Awesome, Sam. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. And our second place finisher, Travis Bieber. Let's see if we can grab him from wherever he is. Is he even in?
Well,
No?
I sent him a message. We might want to go ahead and pull Garrett. Looked like he might have
All right.
took it in for the night.
Garrett, you got Joe and Eddie in the booth. You got me?
I got you, boys.
So I saw you rolling the center really well. Were you listening to the broadcast? Because I said if somebody starts rolling the center, they're going to have this thing in the bag. And you start rolling the center and really putting that pressure on Cody. And I think he might have just overdrove that final corner a little bit too much. What do you think from your standpoint?
Yeah, I felt like I was rolling the corner somewhat decent all night. Just kind of had to work my way up through a little bit of traffic. Absolute heartbreaker for Cody. I feel awful for him. He and I there at the end, we were good at different parts of the track, so we were both, I think, pretty even. It would have taken some bumper action, I think, to get him out of the way. But man, just I feel bad for him. I do. I'll take the win any way I can get it. But it was a heck of a race. I mean, a lot of cautions, but I'll take it.
Look, I'm a speculatory tonight. This is what I think. I think you got a gift because I think your plan was going down 3 and 4 is you can go down there and give him the chrome bumper, and I think he let you off the hook. That's what I think.
You know, I can neither confirm nor deny, Eddie. But things might have happened down in 3 and 4 had things gone differently. I'm just gonna say it that way.
Don't come in here and give me that. Well, you know, I wasn't gonna. I don't think I would have done
Listen,
anything. I wouldn't.
but the finish would have been so much better had it been a bump and run versus him just dumping it. All right, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. So Garrett, you got $100 in your pocket. What do you do with it?
Oh man, you know I got to rebuild that bank account after some Christmas shopping.
All right.
Got some hunting trips coming up, so gonna have to keep fuel in the pickup and hopefully be able to upgrade. You know, put that towards some upgrades toward this old PC and get some stuff figured out through that. But $100 is $100. We'll figure out what I do with it later.
Nice. There you go. Well, anybody you want to thank? I know you got a list of sponsors.
I got them wrote down. I got so many now.
I know
It's
you do.
ridiculous.
I hear 'em. I can tell you're reading them every time we do this.
Well, I'm gonna mix it up for you. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. It'll just throw me off rhythm. I promise you, Joe. First and foremost, got to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch. A little bit different paint scheme with the 80s theme tonight. A little bit retro for them, but great having the family on board. Love having them around. Ratchet Speed Shop, another family friend. Family more so than just about anybody. He came on, and it's been an absolute blast just getting to share the races back and forth and let them watch the races, getting the feedback from those guys. Got to thank Big Frig Coolers, Cross 5 Cattle Coolers. If you want to keep stuff hot, keep stuff cold for cheaper and longer than anybody else, make sure y'all check out Big Frig Coolers. Ray Page over at Wolfpack Racing, he's put me in some contact with some great people, and he's just a heck of a guy to know. If y'all haven't got to talk to Ray too much, I highly suggest just going and hanging out with him. He's a good dude. And, of course, I got to thank all the guys over at Reaper Racing. Heck of a field tonight. Like I said, a lot of cautions here and there, but overall just kind of tried to play the patience game and save it towards the end. That seemed to work out. Got to thank y'all up in the booth, Joe, Eddie. It's the dynamic duo. I love listening to both of y'all broadcast individually, so I'm really ready to go back and watch this, see how you'll do it together. And thank Kai for throwing this thing together for us.
Absolutely, and I think it went pretty well. What do you think, Eddie?
I think it did. I think we got Travis Bieber in the waiting room too. If we want to pull him up, see what he got going on.
All right, Garrett. Well, great job. Awesome job. $100 in your pocket. Go refund yourself now.
I appreciate it, boys. Thank you.
All right, Travis Bieber pulled him out of bed, got him back into the Discord. Travis, man, second place. Congratulations, man. All right, Travis, you got us. Turn your mic on.
I don't hear him. He's not there.
Travis, you got a copy? Oh, he's muting and unmuting, so
He's
something's wrong with his mic.
He's blinking.
Okay. Travis, blink once if you're in Milwaukee. All right. Well, he took off to Milwaukee, so we'll get him next time. But man, Joe, just some closing thoughts before you close it out. Man, I appreciate you letting me come in here and call the race with me. It was a lot of fun. We got to see some crazy action and guys all over the place, some comers and goers, and Garrett Kinder coming away with the victory. So, man, I appreciate you letting me come up here and do this with you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a blast, Eddie. I had fun doing this tonight. We should do it some more. Get us both in the booth when we can. But, yeah, Garrett Kinder, man, if he don't have a horseshoe up his ass, I don't know who does. So, Shappy Edits was the sponsor tonight. Shout out to them. And for Intensity Broadcasting, I'm Joe Wright. I was joined by Eddie Smith. And we'll see you again tomorrow night, Monday night. Yeah, we're going to be Monday night racing here on Intensity Broadcasting with Extreme Forces ARCA series. That's been getting pretty good. 30-something drivers in there in the ARCA cars. So week 2 of their series there. Come check us out. Like, follow, subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Check @Man out on Twitter. And as @Man Weiss would say, over and